Hi, my name is Joe Johnson, and the reason why we're doing this is I wanted to get David a bigger voice. I met David 2010, and we got to talking about politics, and I realized how right he was with his visions. David started at age 7. He was getting visions, and what he saw back then was banks merging and some closing. Now, that was in the early 50s. Now, at age 12, which 1996, no, I'm sorry, 1961, David started seeing wars and chaos, and he didn't want to be here anymore. So he was very upset, and he was talking to his mother and his grandmother, and they encouraged him to go forward. So here we are today, and I've had a couple of readings with David, and I'm amazed at how much of it is accurate. That's been my personal experience. I've called him many times, and I said, "God, David, this just happened. That just happened." So his visions come to him. He's never had to take any classes to practice like a lot of people have. He's a natural. So with that, I want to introduce David, and we want to start off with the job market. David, what do you see with the job market?
Well, the job market's going to get a little tougher. Right now, they're hiring for the holidays, but after the holidays, it's going to get tough. Benefits are going to go away. Part-time is going to be more predominant, and you're going to find a lot of folks out there that are working laid off, and sometimes they're laid off temporarily, or they're having to take a month off, then they come back and forth. You're going to find a kind of an unpredictable job market out there. It's going to be very unpredictable. You don't know if you're working, or you don't know if you're coming and going when it comes to work. You're going to be home one day, and you're going to think you're going to sit by the phone. You're going to be gone out and about. And they're going to say, "Hey, we need you tomorrow." You may be in another state for the moment. You're thinking, "No, there's no work, so I'll go out of state." Then you're hustling and bustle. So, luckily, due to cell phones, you'll be able to keep in touch, but it's going to be scary. What you can do is, if you're in the industry of skincare and nutrition, cosmetics, and do it on a one-on-one or small level. No brick and mortar, no brick and mortar. Don't invest in that at the moment. But if you do that, you will be able to survive, and helping others by sewing, cleaning, auto mechanics, jobs that are and things that you can do, and you may not get rich on it, but hey, cook a pot of beans. Here's a pot of beans for your work. Here's some bread. Here's some food. And sometimes you can exchange that way and survive. It's not going to be long. I would give it maybe a year and a half to 2 years for the uncertainty in the job market. Watch the stock market. That's going to scary. And the store closures, there's many. That's going to scare. But don't get scared. Just survive. Sew your pants. Take care of your shoes. Get them fixed. Watch what you spend. Spend on your needs, not your wants.
Okay, and what are the jobs that are really going to go away are going to be scarce, and the ones that you just said that service to other people. But what are the ones that are going to get hit the hardest fast at first?
Brick and mortar jobs, office jobs. A lot of office jobs are not necessary. You're going to find that some of those insurance jobs are going to go because healthcare is going to be run. You're going to find one or two companies, and like the banks have merged. You're going to find more mergers, so they're going to be less and less. And stores are merging. Stores are closing and merging. And some stores are just running off the internet. So if you have internet, you're in the shipping and receiving, that could be okay for the moment. But if you're in the baking and cooking, and we all need to eat. Sometimes a fair price and a quick meal, even in a package, you can deliver like Meals on Wheels, but that's for the elderly only. But you can do it similar to that and have a fair price. You'll survive because we need to eat.
Okay, and the ones you see going first would be the retail, right?
Retail.
How about computers?
Only for buying, only for information, and only for your banking, because your banking is going to eventually be all on computer.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do everything Pretty soon, watch TV on your computer. You're going to have one device in your home, it'll be a computer.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how about is the price of food going to go up higher, or what do you see with that?
It's going to become scarce. And stock up on some, but when it becomes scarce, doesn't mean there won't be any. It'll just be stock up and don't hoard it, no, but stock up on things that are staples
Mm.
and eat nutrition. Take your supplements. I would say I advise supplements because you know what? When you're not eating properly, you're going to have supplements to supplement. That's what they're for.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and how about the presidency? What if Hillary wins? Then what?
She's trying hard, and I have to give her credit for trying. And you have to give her credit that she is wanting it, and she has a tenacious and what do you call it, aggressive attitude. And that's one thing you have to say as a president. Should be good at being aggressive, but not every country, everybody wants to deal with a female in the business world. And other countries will, they're going to be male chauvinists and they're going to think, oh, well, and they're not going to like it. But the positive thing is she is a mother. She knows how to handle, and work with the children. And there's one thing you have to admit. She has compassion, and she does have that personality of getting out there and caring and talking about others. And sometimes, she just sometimes opens her mouth and says whatever she says, and then later she does apologize. You have to give her that.
What are her negative sides?
Being too aggressive and being too outspoken at the wrong time, at the right place at the wrong time. And then having to eat crow. We all have to do that. That's just our personality. That's one of her traits. She's probably a Scorpio or maybe even a, Cancer.
Yeah, do you see any evil in her?
Not evil, but just selfishness.
Okay, how about Donald Trump?
I see him not evil. I see him selfish, but not as selfish as her. More out there for everybody, all the folks, all of us, all the world. He's a businessman, yes, but he's also has business. You run the country, it's a business. You have to run it as a business. And not just political, but you have to run a business like profits and losses. So he knows about that. He may not be the political negative. He's too arrogant and sometimes too aggressive like her. They both have that trait. They're equal. And he can, be very endearing and he can compassion. And sometimes he just tells us, hey, we need to fix this, we need to fix that, we need to fix this. He's putting it out there. We need to fix the education department. And he's right. And and I believe that she would do something in the education department. I believe they're both seeing that we have too many dumbed down and kids that don't know anything. They can't get a job. They can't write an application. They can't do a resume.
Okay, and then one last question that I have is, do you see, one time you had once told me that they're going to bring the senior citizens out to not take over, but back in the working force because they do a better job. Do you still see that?
Exactly, they will. Only because of dependability, reliability, and they know how. And they don't just want the money, they also want something to do. They're bored. Sitting home watching the TV or, knitting all day gets boring. So they give a little part-time job, and jobs are going to the part-time phase, so they'll be a shoe-in for them. And the employer will be happy because they will have to worry about, is this one coming in tomorrow or is she going to play sick?
Seniors don't do that.
No.
They work because they want to. I mean, they already have maybe one retirement. They have their benefits. They're not working. Their attitude isn't, I can't hardly wait till I retire. They're coming out of retirement, so they want to be there, right?
Exactly.
It's like, okay.
They want to be there and they want to have something positive to do. And they're good teachers
Mm-hmm.
because they've been there, done that.
Okay, because we're going to put this up on YouTube, we can't go too long because they only allow us 15 minutes. So we're at the 10-minute mark. So we're going to have to end this. We're going to do this once a month. David's going to tell you what he sees into the future. And I want to do a plug for myself. I'm in the alternative mineral business, and I want to do this very briefly. If you can't keep your, if you don't keep your health, you're never going to keep your wealth. Basically, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Healthcare is expensive, and what I have found out is that the soils are depleted of minerals. Uh, the plant lives don't create minerals themselves. They have to uptake it in the soil. So if it's not in the soil, it's not in the plant life. It's not in the animals you eat. It's not going to be in you. So because of the way we farm, we're going to have to supplement. It's been that way for years. Obesity is caused by, part of it is caused by a lack of minerals. The body is craving it. It sends out I need more food, I need more food. So we have an obesity problem now that we didn't have 30 years ago or 40 years ago. So I found that these supplements work. I used to have arthritis, that's gone. I used to have vertigo, it's gone. My body, putting these supplements in my body was able to fight off cancer. They thought I had oral cancer. I had the doctors shaking their heads, in disbelief that the labs came back negative. Every time they saw what they saw in my mouth, it's always been cancer. But this was the first time for this doctor who had been an oral surgeon, I should say, who had been in this business for 37 years. He's never seen anything like it. Now, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm up there in my 60s, so I should have a weak immune system, but I don't. I've been working. I went back to work at 64, and I haven't gotten sick. I don't get flu shots or anything. So I'm a believer in these supplements. They work better than anything out there. So with that, I'll just say, if you're interested in hearing more about repairing the body through nutrition, please call me at 562-441-5009. And if you're interested in getting a reading from David, what is your phone number?
562-900-9784. Eastern time before 6, Western time before 9.
Okay, and we'll be back. We're going to be doing this once a month. So thank you for spending time with us, and have a great day.